I'll shut this off and say goodbye for when I put it in, just in case I burn myself. I don't want you guys to have to see me cursing.
If you get stopped, we can help you attack that ticket. Call today, 877-99-NO-TICKS.
Hey there, YouTube fans. It's Mike Palumbo again. I'm back, and I'm going to do something I've never done before on the Culinary Council series, or anytime or anywhere. Today, we're going to do home-baked bread. You got it, home-baked bread. Again, never done this before. It could turn out to be tremendous. Could turn out to be a disaster. But I found a very simple, no-knead recipe. You don't have to knead it. You just mix the ingredients and you bake it. We're going to bake it in a Dutch oven. This recipe only calls for 4 ingredients. A very simple recipe. 4 ingredients, which are 3 cups of flour, 1/4 teaspoon of yeast, teaspoon of salt, 1.5 cups of warm water. And that's all you need. Now, a bit about the water. Warm water, don't boil it. It has to be no more than 130 degrees. Just run your tap, get it as warm as possible, and that'll be fine. So up to 130 degrees of warm water. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish it with sesame seeds. I'm going to sprinkle sesame seeds on before I bake it. These are the ingredients. This is all you need. And here's what you do. You combine all this stuff in a bowl and you mix. Okay, as you saw, I mixed it, and here's what it looks like. Just mix it into a little ball. I did take it out, put it on a table, and mix it a little bit. Kneaded it slightly, just to get it into a ball. Very similar to when I made the gnocchis. And now the next step is you cover it with saran wrap, and you let it sit in a cool place for 3 hours. Okay, it's been 3 hours, and take the plastic off. And here it is. It's supposed to have expanded. I think it did, although I really can't quite tell. I have to compare. I think it expanded. What I did notice is on the inside of the cellophane, there was moisture, so something was going on in here. So now the next step is you got to take it out. I'm going to put a little flour on it just so it doesn't stick. A little flour on my hands a little bit. So like as lubricant, put a little flour on the table, because what we're gonna do now is just basically the next step is to roll it into a ball. So it's a little bit of kneading. I said it's no knead, but there's a little bit of kneading involved in it, as you can see. Just rolling it into, rounding it up, I guess smoothing it out and rolling it into a ball. Just making it look pretty, So that's the step we're doing now. And it doesn't really take much. I mean, it's pretty much there. And we come back to you in a couple of minutes. It really took me no time at all to roll this into a ball. It took me a couple of minutes. I just didn't want to bore you with any details. The next step is you take some parchment paper, you put it in a bowl, and you plop the ball, the dough ball, back into the bowl, into the parchment paper, and you're going to let it rest with a dish towel this time over it for another half hour. And while you're doing this, you need to preheat your oven. I've already started my oven. It bakes at a very high temperature. It bakes at 500 degrees. I've already started preheating my oven, and you have to also preheat your cooking vessel. We're making this in a Dutch oven. So the Dutch oven is in there preheating. Should take about a half an hour to preheat. So in a half hour, I'm gonna finish it up by popping this into the oven. Hey folks, we're back in the kitchen. It's been about a half hour. Oven's preheated. The Dutch oven is heated. This thing is hotter than Farrah Fawcett in her heyday. I'm telling you, you got to be careful with this thing. They use a dish rag to get it out. And here's the dough, and it's puffed up a little bit more. It's a little bit more puffy. So now the final steps. A couple things. One is, first thing, I'm going to score it for a little design, just to see how it comes out. And actually, back in the old day, before there were supermarkets and there were butchers and bakers and candlestick makers, scoring it was like a trademark. So every baker had his own way of scoring it. So you knew where the bread came from. So if one guy scored an X, you couldn't use an X. You had to use something else. Maybe you had to use a swirl or something. I'm going to finish it here with, now some breads, by the way, it's important to score it. I think the kneaded bread, if you knead bread, you want to score it to let more gases out, depending on how much yeast you use. I mean, there's a gazillion ways of making baked bread. But I'm going to finish it off with sesame seeds, and I'm just scoring it to see what it comes out looking like. Of course, it's not sticking, so let's see here. Let's see, yeah. Doesn't seem to be adhering. I bet if I put a little water. All right, this is not in the recipe, so I hope I don't ruin the whole damn thing because of this. You never know. I don't think it's gonna be. There we go. Now it's sticking a little bit. All right. And that's good enough. All right. So now what you do is you take. Oh, look at that. You take the entire parchment paper out. You put it in the parchment paper, and then you get it baking. Put it back in the oven. This is going to be the hard part. This thing is hot. Stand by. Woo! It's an oven. You can just feel the heat coming out of the oven too. But you can't. I can't. Like I did it. Got it in there without burning myself. Now it goes a half hour covered. Then you take it out and uncover for 15 or 20 minutes. And what that does is when it bakes, it locks the moisture in. So it sort of steam bakes it for the first half hour, and then after that you take the lid off to get to the desired brownness of the crust. So that's what we're going to do. We'll let it go in there for a half hour, and we'll see what it looks like when it comes out. Okay, it's been a half hour, and let's see what we got going on over here. God, it's hot. God, don't try this at home, folks. Oh, yeah, we got a little success going here. We got a little success. Scoring it might have been a little bit of a mistake. I don't know. Kind of really broke apart, but I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if you can see that there. It's already starting to puff up there, you know. It's starting to bake. It's baking. Now, by the way, a word about the parchment paper. If you don't have parchment paper, what you can do is pull either olive oil on it or on a bowl, and definitely, if you're going to put it in a Dutch oven or anything you're going to cook on, even just a cookie sheet, I would have lined this with olive oil if I didn't have the parchment paper. That's a safe way of doing it. Okay, so now what we're going to do is going to put it in for another 15 minutes or so to get a good crisp on it, uncovered. I'll shut this off and say goodbye for when I put it in, just in case I burn myself. I don't want you guys to have to see me cursing. I'm back, ready to take the bread out of the oven. It's ready. I already took a sneak peek before I came back, and it looks pretty good. Oh yeah. You know, at first I thought I made a mistake by scoring it. Now I think I like it. Look at this. Look at this bread. Look at that. Can't even hold it. It's so hot. Yeah, let's do this. Yeah, look at that. Look at that, folks. Homemade baked bread. It's boiling hot. I can't really handle it. All right, here we'll do a flyover. We'll pretend we got a drone going. Look at that. Look. I can't get it in. There we go. There we go. Yeah, whatever. You get it. You get the picture, folks. We'll be back after it cools off to cut it. This is what pisses me off, all right? I'm waiting for the bread to cool off. I go to check my mail. Look what I get in the mail from the DMV. Time to renew your license. I just got the enhanced license like less than a year ago. I paid them a fortune. I thought I did it there. I paid them like a gazillion dollars to get the enhanced license from the DMV. I went in person. I showed them my birth certificate, the whole 9 yards. Like less than a year later, they want to bag me for another $115. This is the kind of stuff that pisses me off. You know, nice day, I'm making some baked bread, and then I gotta get this in the mail. It's been a little while, the bread has cooled off, you can handle it. And I don't know if you can hear this, just Listen to that crunch. Just sounds so good. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to cut into it. We're going to see what it looks like on the inside. Let's give it a cut here. Just listen to that. Right? Okay. Looks good, folks. It really looks good. Take a little slice. Take a little end slice. Let's try it out here. First time I ever made home baked bread. I think it's a little doughy. I did the recipe exactly 100% right. But I think I should have either used more water or less flour. So I'm going to adjust it because I would like it a little lighter on the inside. It's good. I mean, it's good. It's very good. Just not to my liking. I mean, it's to my liking. I'm going to eat it. It's not. It didn't go wrong, but I would have liked it. Would have liked a little lighter on the inside. Maybe I should have given it more time to rise. Although I followed the directions the right way. But anyhow, it's good. It's really good. I'm going to do it again. I'm gonna adjust the recipe. I'm going to perfect it a little bit better. And but this is it. This is the home baked bread. You can do this to yourself. Thanks for watching, and we'll come at you again with more videos.